Okay. Well, thank you, y'all, for coming to my call or for joining the call tonight with our team. My name's Erin Crouch. I'm a Ruby Ambassador with Plexus, and I started in October 2013. And tonight, I'm excited because we have my friend Erin Key, who is a Sapphire Ambassador now. And it's funny, I was thinking about you today, Erin, and I was thinking about when I first met you, and it was at a big meeting, I think at a church or something. Anyway, so it was at least like a year and a half ago, and she is part of Natalie Canavy's team, and Natalie and I have been friends for most of my time with Plexus, and she has a great team, and Erin and Barry and now Shay. I was really good friends with Shay to begin with, and Laura Houston, and so they have a fun group, and we used to kind of hang out together at like leaders retreat and some of that, and now their team's gotten so big, and it's awesome. I love seeing y'all's success because y'all are a super fun team. I'm like, man, y'all are just a lot of fun to be around. So it's no wonder that you've attracted a lot of people. So I'm super excited for her success. She started out when, gosh, I think it was already like gold or senior gold maybe, and then wow, here she is, Sapphire. So congratulations to you again. So I'm super happy for her, and I knew that I've always admired the way that you do your business, and you're, like I said in my post, you're always very diligent from what I can tell, and from on the calls that I've listened to that you've done. I like how you just kind of do everything step by step. You're very organized and that kind of thing. So I'm just going to kind of turn it over to you, and she's going to share kind of her journey, how she's promoted, and then share some tips with you guys. And I have some of the questions that my team has put together or commented on from the post that I put together on my team page. And then we can kind of go from there and answer any questions if we have time. So it's 8:34 now, so we'll just get going. And here's Erin.
Okay. Awesome. Yay. Thank you, Erin, for having me. I love doing this. I love just pouring into others that are seeking the same thing. We're all sort of in the same, we're all after the same thing here. And that is to inspire, to encourage, and to fulfill our own dreams and help other people fulfill their dreams. So that's truly what I love about Plexus. And even though we're sideline sisters here, it doesn't, we help each other. We're one Plexus here. So I love that. I'll give you a little bit of my story so y'all know kind of my background and what, kind of how I came into Plexus and everything what happened. So 2 years ago, it was a little over 2 years, January 2014, I was just one tired mama. I had 3 babies in 3 years, back to back to back. I really don't recommend that to anyone, but you know what? It was not my plan, but it was the plan, and it was, it's a blessing that we have our 3 babies, and I love it. I wouldn't have it either way. But I'm going to tell you that I was cray. I was crazy, just crazy tired, and not really in a good place a couple years ago. And at the time, my youngest was 3. So I was kind of past that, it's definitely better than when I had a 3-year-old, a 17-month-old, and a newborn. I wish I had Plexus then. But, I still was finding myself, I was able to work out now that the baby was older. I was eating better, but y'all, I couldn't get the weight off still. And the 20 pounds I was looking to get off, and I couldn't get that energy to where I wanted to be. I was chasing energy constantly with drinking Red Bulls all day, 5-hour energy drinks, running through Starbucks every day, whatever I could do to chase that energy. Well, my friend Laura, so Terry mentioned Laura Houston, Ivory now, she got married recently, and she was posting on Facebook. I didn't really know Laura. We were just friends, and because our boys were in the kindergarten class together, that's the only reason I knew her. And we just were co-room moms, so we were organizing Christmas parties and things like that together. So I saw her posting about Plexus, and she said something about energy, something about losing weight. She dropped 3 dress sizes in 2 months. And I thought, okay, hook me up. What's this? Tell me more. I want to try it. She was so generous and gave me a 3-day sample. Gave me that 3-day sample. I took it home. Night 1, I had incredible energy, but not wired and crazy energy, not caffeinated energy. I didn't need the caffeine. And that I was normally drinking all day, but I felt awesome. I felt awake for the first time in so long. But y'all, I had a really big problem, and that was that I couldn't afford it, or so I thought at the time. So she told me, girl, just sign up as an ambassador, get your products cheaper, and maybe you can do what I've done. And she said, I'm bringing in enough now with Plexus. She'd been doing it 5 or 6 months to make our monthly mortgage payment with what we're bringing in, I'm bringing in with Plexus. And I thought, what? Hold up. Maybe I could tell a few friends. So I just started telling friends on Facebook, sharing, posting. She just told me what to do. And she said, look, just start posting and start telling people, there's not much more than that. And, here's some documents, here's some YouTube videos, and go for it. So at that time, there was a lot different type of support. There wasn't a lot. We didn't have Zoom calls and things like that. But, we did have Facebook. So I built my business on Facebook. And, immediately my friends started asking me more, wanting more about it, wanting to know more about it. That's why probably a lot of you guys are here. You probably saw somebody posting potentially. I don't know. I think that's how a lot of people come into Plexus, at least in the last couple of years. So, it just took off. It snowballed. And once I realized that I had a good sized team going, well, I decided to just start emulating what the diamonds were in the company at the time were doing. There weren't very many. I think at the time there were only maybe 20 diamonds. Mm-hmm. And I think we have a close to 100 now. But, I started emulating what Sarah Marble was doing, what Sonia Dudley was doing. Like, they were making YouTube videos for their team. So that's what I started doing. They were, they were just being very positive leaders. And, I just wanted to be like them. And I wanted to be like in my own upline, being so supportive and encouraging. And so that's really all I did. And then y'all, but in the last probably 6 months, after I hit Emerald, I think things just took a whole nother turn as far as like how I had to develop as a leader. So now that I had a team and I worked super hard to get to Emerald, and got there by July 31st. So the cutoff to get to Maui last summer was July 31st. Well, I practically killed myself to make that happen. I mean, it was a lot of stress and a lot of work, a lot of late nights. And I made it happen. Like, I grew about 800 points in a couple of months. I mean, it was insane. So I was just doing constant Zoom calls, and every night, all night, and pouring into
were you adding like level ones at that point? Were you just doing
some level ones, but mostly my team was just duplicating. They were exploding. But I also, before we could have no specials, I did do some payback on join fees for a lot of people. So that also created some good momentum in my team. In June, I did that like in the beginning of June. And then in July of last summer, Plexus ran that 4th of July special. Do y'all remember that? And it was half the join fee. Well, we got a ton of people from that. So it was just good timing, and it just created this momentum. And they just exploded, and they duplicated. So, but it was also a lot of me pouring into my leaders and just doing a lot of training calls, a lot of one-on-one calls, a lot of 1-on-3 calls, 1-on-4, 1-on-5, whatever I could get people on Zoom. I would get them on Zoom or get them on the phone or get them three-way messages. So, but once I got to Emerald and then realized, okay, now I need to, we had this jewel training. I mean, I went to Maui. That was amazing. Came back office hit. That was crazy. So, I think I have just changed and developed as a leader over these last few months, several months since turning Emerald. And I feel like I've learned so much that if I could go back and do it, go back to the beginning and do things differently, I would. But some things anyways. I think a lot of the things I was doing was right on, but there were other things that I wish I had been doing a lot sooner, such as developing myself more as a leader and understanding network marketing really, and understanding what it is to be a leader. And that it's actually a skill that you can learn. And it is not something that necessarily comes natural to everybody. but you can learn how to be an effective leader. And then there's some top things that I wanted to share with you guys really quickly. There's several P's, I call them. Let me see my count. How many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, all these words just kind of, they sum up in a nutshell what I feel like are the top things you have to have and have to be involved with and know and be doing in order to be successful in this particular business. So 1, participate and plug in. So if you're not participating actively in your team pages, in your upline's team pages, in your own team page, if you're not plugging in into local events as often as you can, or get on calls like this, if you're don't have anything local, that is so key to be participating actively and plugging in on a regular basis. It's your Plexus, the family, and the culture. You will get so much inspiration, and it will fill your cup to go to these events. Even though you're tired, you've been working all day, you don't want to get a babysitter, well, do it anyway. Do it anyways. Get that babysitter, get to that event, because, even if you're not bringing anybody with you, you're going by yourself. I promise you what will happen is that belief and that mindset, the positive mindset and the belief will get so much stronger after you leave there. Because you're in a room full of other like-minded individuals, and you get to have that positive energy. You're going to hear a testimony that you go, oh, gosh, that's why I'm doing this. And it takes you back to your core and your why. So it's super important. A plan of action. You need to have, number 2, a plan of action. So action equals success. And I want you to look at your calendar and your weekly calendar, and what's on your calendar. That will determine your outcome in this business. What's on your calendar? Do you have a Zoom call set up with your team? Do you have a 3-way chat set up with a prospect in your upline? Do you have any lunch meetings, coffee dates? Do you have a to-do list of people you're going to reach out to and follow up with? Do you have a set schedule of what you're going to do in your team page? Are you going to run some contests? Are you going to, do something to get them engaged in, as far as maybe post some educational videos, do some fun little flash contests? I love to do Fun Friday every Friday on my team page. I call it Fun Friday, and it's a flash contest of some kind. Watch this video, post a selfie, and be entered to win $25 gift card or on Amazon. I tell you, people will do all kinds of things for $25 Amazon gift card. It's so funny. Like, people will come out of the woodwork that are not even actively posting on Facebook. They're just wholesale ambassadors. They're not doing anything. And all of a sudden they're posting selfies on Facebook because they want to win $25 gift card. So get your team engaged and that kind of thing. So that's your plan of action. You're going to look at your calendar. Is your calendar full? Do you have specific actions that you're doing daily? You're reaching out, you're following up, you're training yourself, or you're training your team. Those are really the 3 things that are income producing you should be doing every day. You're reaching out, you're following up, and you're training yourself or your team. And then persistence is the 3rd P, persistence. Never give up. You can never, ever, ever give up. No matter what, I know you're going to have bad days. I've had bad days. I went back 250 points in January and then hit Sapphire 2 months later. Go figure. I mean, you have to be persistent. If you have someone that is on your dream team list and you reach out to them, they ignored you, be persistent and follow up again and say, hey, I'm not trying to be crazy stalker lady, but I don't know if you got my message. I know Facebook's crazy or email's crazy. You may have not seen it. I just would believe with all my heart that this would be amazing for you. And that's the only reason I'm reaching out to you. So I just want to know what you think. Can I talk to you more about it, or can I get you on a call with my upline? Or not, don't say that, but say my friend. And just never give up. I had a story, an example. My spin instructor from the gym, I had sent her several messages about Facebook parties we were having, about a YouTube event I was doing, about different things I wanted her to attend. She didn't even respond to my messages, but I kept sending them to her anyways. And by the third one, she finally responded and said, "Hey, Erin, I'm not ignoring you, but I've just been really busy, and I'm actually interested in Plexus. I want to know more." And and I'm like, woohoo! So I gather up samples and drop them off at her doorstep at her house, and send her all this information, and keep following up. She still hasn't signed up, but I'm not giving up. She's still on my list. She told me the last time I talked to her, right now is not a good time. She just had a baby. Well, I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep sending her messages and asking her to attend things or check out things. You just never know. They'll come around eventually. I've had people watch me for 10 months, a year and a half. My kid's pediatrician, for 7 years, she had been watching me we were Facebook friends for the last year and a half or so. Not the whole time I've been doing Plexus, but for a part of the time I've been doing Plexus. I friended her on Facebook because I felt a connection to her, and I decided to friend her on Facebook. And she lives in the community. I know other friends of mine are friends with her, so I thought, why not? Well, she started, was watching my Plexus stuff, and she asked me about it. Of course, I ran with that, and I brought her a huge bag of all kinds of Plexus goodies. And she said she took it and put it in the closet, didn't even touch it for a while. But she couldn't get off Diet Coke. She couldn't lose the weight. She was having digestive problems. She goes, "You know what? I might as well just try that Plexus stuff." She did, loved it, lost over 20 pounds, no more blood pressure issues, no more digestive problems, off the 8 Diet Coke she was drinking a day. But then I was, kind of hinting around to the business to her, and she was a customer for a while. And then finally she said, "You know what?" One night she sent me a message, said, "Hey, I think I do want to talk to you more about that ambassador thingy." That's what she said. And of course I was ecstatic, and, like, okay, I want to meet. And she wanted me to meet with her and her husband. Like, talk about intimidating. I had to go meet at lunch with her and her husband. But I sold them completely. Her husband, by the end of the meeting, he was like, "I think I could get 15 people on our team tonight. I'm going to start calling, we're doing this." So he was all on board going. He was like skeptical to start. And then by the end of our meeting, he was completely on board. But y'all, she is Ruby now. My kid's pediatrician. She's a Ruby on my team, my level 1. And I just never, I was persistent, and I was bold, and, stepped out of my comfort zone. Patient. You need to be patient. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And I know you hear that all the time, but you guys, the only people that are never going to get to die, the ones they're never going to get to diamond, they're the people that give up. They're the people that quit. I mean, if you just don't quit, just keep going and be patient with the process. It is a process. Sometimes, they're watching out there, I promise you. And sometimes it's just the timing. It's timing for that person. But, as long as they keep seeing you being passionate, and they keep seeing you share, and you still love it, eventually they're going to come around. And you never know when that person is going to be the one that's your rock star, that's everything. And that's what you've been looking for all along. And it could be a level 2. It could be a level 2 that signs up under one of your level 1s that really isn't doing much. And then that level 2 all of a sudden just boom, skyrockets, and there you go. So just be patient. They are watching. Okay, what are we on now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Passion. Okay, the 5th one, passion. So that is super important, to have that passion, and that you have to, everyone that you come in contact with when you talk about Plexus and when you're posting on Facebook, they have to see that. They have to feel that from you. You can't just kind of like it. You have to really love it. And that, this is life-changing for so many people, and that you are so grateful to be sharing these products that really, truly are a gift. And they are. I believe that in my heart, like 100%. believe in my heart that what we have is a gift. The products are a gift. I have friends who no longer have migraines. I have friends who no longer have IBS issues. I have friends who have Crohn's disease in remission now. I have friends that, I mean, you name it, like close personal friends, not just people you hear about, close personal friends. And so it's life-changing for the health part, the products, but then the business side of it, I have people on my team who were crying about to have to go get a night job at Walmart to now are making full-time income a year later. And they didn't have to go get that night job, and they are just relieving so much financial burden. So if you believe that in your heart and you have that passion, it's just contagious, the enthusiasm, it's contagious. So the next one, be a positive leader. Positive leadership is really critical. You're a role model, even if you have one person on your team. You're a supporter. They are going to do what you do, your team. And you are the person that leads your team culture. You're the one who sets that tone. On my team page, I don't allow any kind of drama or negativity. And I keep everything upbeat and everything positive and everything fun. And with all my downline, if I'm talking to them, I'm keeping it just more on the positive side. I try to spin everything so that they can see the positive in everything. And I never complain to them. I complain up. You only complain up, okay? Don't ever complain to your downline about anything. I don't care if you've had 10 people say they lost all their, no one has orders and they're all quitting, they've all gained weight. You're frustrated, you go talk to your upline about it. Don't talk to your downline about it. Because we are going to have frustration, and I even have it. But you are also, if you build it, they will come. So this is what I tell everybody that's frustrated and they say that their team's not participating, their team's not engaging. Well, you have to just keep on. If you build it, they will come. If no one shows up to the Zoom call, that's okay. Do it again. Just keep going. Maybe they'll show up when you do it on Tuesday night. They don't show up Tuesday night. Set it up again. Maybe they'll show up on, they're going to see what you're doing and they're going to go, wow, she's not giving up. She's, if you post something and no one comments, who cares? Just keep doing it, because I promise you they're watching. I mean, when I had, and also I tell you, like I have, over 1,100 people on my team page, but I have, like 1,700 people total, a lot of those are inactive, but about over 1,100 on my team page have been added in there. On any given day, I probably don't get more than, 18, 20, maybe 30 comments tops on something that we do or something I do, unless it's like a contest where they could win money and it's something real easy, then I'll get more engagement. But that's pretty typical. So you're talking about 1% to 2% of your team is really going to be actively working the business and engaging and wanting to do this. So if you have one person, that's okay. That's great. You just lock arms with that one person and you go for it. And you be their leader, and you can be, you lead. You're the one who sets the tone. They will just do what you do. They will watch you have Facebook parties. If they're not participating, go do a Facebook party with a sideline. And then your team will see, well, she's doing Facebook parties. I guess I should do that. If you go to events, your team take selfies with the other leaders there and talk about how fun it is. Your team will see, oh, well, she's at events. Okay, well, I'm going to go to events or whatever. You know what I mean? Like they're watching you and they're going to do what you do. So if you want your team to be rock stars, well, you have to be the rock star and show them that you're committed and you're going to do it. Prepared. So you must be prepared. You have to educate yourself. Buy the self-development books, the audios. There's something called Audible that you can download on your phone. You can get it through Amazon. I think if you sign up for 1 month for free, they give you like 3 or 4 free Audible books. And there's several good ones on there, like GoPro by Eric Worre, or Flip Flop CEO, Beach Money by Jordan Adler, any of the John Maxwell books. So listen to those as you're in the car, and it will really get your mindset in the right place. Perspective is the last one. So this is probably the most important one. My mindset didn't start with a P, so I just said perspective. But really, mindset is what it's all about. If you have a positive mindset, if your mindset is that I'm doing this, this is going to work, this is going to happen, and you're enthusiastic about it, and everyone around you sees you being enthusiastic, those two things will get you further than anything else. Your mindset, which is your belief, and your enthusiasm, that's going to take you further than any of these other things. So, even someone who doesn't really have all the skills and the knowledge, they're brand new, they can go and sign up a lot of people. I've seen it happen where they just are getting all these people on their team, but they couldn't tell you, they even may not know what is in the triplex combo. Or they may not know how to do certain things in their back office yet, but it's like they have an enthusiasm. They know it's great. They've seen what it can do. They're just sharing. They're positive. They're these enthusiastic, energetic people that people just go, whoa, okay, I want what she's got. She clearly believes. She believes, and I see that she believes in this. But you have to truly believe it. You have to believe it in your heart and your mind. You have to be in the right place. I feel like you just have to check yourself. Are you in the right place? Is your mindset in the right place? If it's not, figure out a way to get back to that belief, and the way I think you do it is go to events, get on Zoom calls with other teams, reach out to sideline people, go meet with them, get on the phone with them. To build up that belief again. If you're kind of in a rut and you feel like, I don't know, is this it? Is this what I should be doing? Then you need to figure out how to get yourself back up. But there's plenty of people that will help you do that. But I really truly believe if you can connect with other Plexus people and just go and read some testimonies, just go listen to some Diamond documentaries. I cry at almost pretty much every one of them. So those are real stories. I've met a lot of those people because now being a jewel, you get to be around jewels, right? You get to be like, go to Maui and you're hanging out with all these jewels, and they're real people. And there's just amazing people, all of them. And their stories are real. So that's how you can get yourself back to that belief and that mindset, right? All right, that's all I've got. So do y'all have questions?
Okay, so I do. Real quick, I think this was a question that was sent to me on chat as well. Can you hear me, Erin?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, you said for audiobooks, because I think that's what I need to start going to is audiobooks, because I'm in my car all day doing my sales calls for my, my daytime job. But I fit in my Plexus, in between.
Yeah.
When I'm doing that, I could be listening to books. What was the app that you used for that?
It's called Audible. Let me find lower my list because I have a bunch on Audible. I can tell you all the different ones I have, and I can screenshot it and send it as well. You have to go to Amazon.
Oh, okay.
And then you sign up for it through Amazon.com, and then just when you go to Amazon, just type in Audible, and it'll take you to the sign up page to do Audible. And then, like I said, you can get a free month, and they'll give you a few free downloads.
And what are your favorite books? What are your favorite books? Like maybe top 3 that
Well, Beach Money really inspired me, from Jordan Adler. Millionaire by Halftime. I'm doing a book study with my team with Millionaire by Halftime. I highly recommend you guys doing that as a team because every chapter has like 2 or 3 homework assignments, and they're really simple. I mean, it's just little things like create your dream board, either digital or hands-on, tangible one, and post it and share it. He talks a lot about social media, and he talks about using Twitter, using Facebook, and he's always like, share it here, share it on Presley Swaggerty. He has his own Facebook page, and you can tag him and stuff, and follow him on Facebook too, because he's always putting out these really inspirational quotes that are awesome. I saw him speak in Oklahoma, and one of the Jules, Yvonne, what's her last name? Cannon, I think. She is under, her name is escaping me right now. Kelly Lee, maybe? Anyways, so they're in Oklahoma and Norman. So I went, or is it Edmond? I can't remember where I went. I know. Oklahoma. And I saw Presley. And he actually he's made millions and millions and millions in network marketing and energy. He's in one of the energy companies. I can't remember the name, maybe Ambit. And he lives in Southlake. He was a coach and a teacher in Southlake, one of the Southlake high schools, and was completely broke, sick of being that way, and he wanted a better way, and he started doing network marketing. And he is just he's just so inspirational. But that book has actual step-by-step, like, this is what you do to be successful. And it's actual homework. Like I said, these homework assignments, it's things you have to do. He tells you how to talk to a prospect and how to invite them to look at your opportunity, and how, like, actual wording, language, and how to say it. And he talks about belief and mindset and just all these things. It's really, really good.
Okay, so I'm curious on because we started that as a team for my team.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, we did actually. And we went through like the first 4 chapters. Did you just do kind of a chunk of chapters maybe each week, or
I had a little delay? Slow. I feel like it is really slow. So I'm starting to group them more and do more, because we actually took off last Sunday, which was for every Sunday night, because it was Mother's Day.
Right.
We missed one before that as well. So I just grouped 4 chapters all in one. So, and it's hard to get everybody on there. I'll tell you, not everybody shows up, but I don't care. I'm like, I don't care if you read the book or not. Just show up. We're just going to talk about it. We're just going to talk about, I'll read it and I'll take notes. And usually I'm reading, the day before, like an hour before too. But I mean,
I've done that too.
Let's be real. I am not like, I definitely have 3 kids. I have a lot going on. So, I mean, my life's pretty chaotic, but I try to do what I can. But yeah, it's been kind of long and drawn out. So I will say that it's better to probably do more chapters each week, so you're not quite dragging it out so long.
Okay.
But, they've all really liked it a lot. The ones that get on, they always feel really inspired by the end of it. And what I do is I just take the chapters, I'll digest it, and then I'll give my perspective, and I'll give some stories. I'll kind of relate some of what he's saying, and I'll think of some stories, maybe either in other teams that I've seen happen, or my own stories and my own downline stories, and give them like real life Plexus kind of situations that have happened, or that this worked with, or that kind of thing. So
okay.
Yeah, but it was good. And then so Beach Money, Millionaire by Halftime, and GoPro. I will listen to that one every now and then, just listen to chunks of it at a time. I always get something different from that book every time I listen to it. And there's some that Jen Hawkins recommended, but I can't think of what they are now. I'll have to get that list to you from that. No worries. She did a team call for us recently, and I went and bought all the books that she recommended, but I haven't started any of them, so I need to get on that.
Angela is one of the girls on my team. She's my level 1, Angela Garcia. She had a question for you. I've unmuted you, Angela.
Okay, so hi, thank you so much for your time. And I, like you, I watched my friend post for a while, and I got to the point where I thought, when she did post about Facebook, that it was directed to me. I felt like from Dallas to Nashville, she saw that I had gained weight and needed to lose weight. And so Taryn promised that was not the case. But yeah, nonetheless, I have a lot of, I was successful fast, and then I had some family things go on, and then I stopped for a while. I'm back. So I think I went gold within a month or 2 months. And then Fortunately or unfortunately, just a lot of things went on. So anyways, I've started back up. I'm gold again, and continuing to add level ones. A lot of them are on this call. What would be things, the thing that I'm focused on is helping them to get to silver first. But what are you doing? What steps do you take in the first week, month, 2 months with your level ones?
Well, at first, establish what their goals are. So I ask them, what do you want to do? Do you want to make $100? Do you want to make $500? Do you want to go all the way? I want to establish what they're looking to do. And then I tell them how to do it. I'm just like, okay, well, this is what you're going to do. First thing we're going to do is come up with your why post, your Plexus why post, your kind of coming out post if they haven't done that already, or if they have posted already, they're going to post their do a Plexus why, because I think you have to be open and vulnerable to people and real, and they're going to see that. So I have them make I think it's really good to make a digital why collage. So it could have, and it's kind of like a dream board or it's their Plexus why. So maybe it has a picture of their family on it. Maybe it has a picture of something to do with a house or land, or I don't know, if they're really dreaming big, or maybe it's just a picture of their kids, and their Plexus why is to be a better mom, to feel better, to have more energy, to be healthier, to be the best person that they can be. And they share that on Facebook with this collage. So it's, they know, their friends know it's coming from their heart. And that speaks volumes to people if you're real and it's coming from you. So, all right, so they've done it. They have their goals. They've posted on Facebook. Now they need to come up with their dream team list of 100 people. If they could do 200, that'd be great. So they have their list. But as their sponsor, it's my responsibility to help them reach out to people. So I'm going to say, okay, let's take 5 people on that list, if that's what you're comfortable with. And we're going to reach out and I'm going to help you draft a message to these 5 people about Plexus or something to do with Plexus. But it isn't a, hey, will you buy Plexus message, or hey, will you join my team? It's more of, just sending them a message straight up telling them, look, I have started this new journey and I love it because of X, Y, and Z. I would love for you to take a look at this, and you may or may not be interested in this. It's quite possible this is not for you at all, but there's a reason I'm reaching out to you, because I really feel like this would be a great thing for you to look into. I mean, Plexus is wonderful. The products are natural. They help with so many things. And if you're worried about saying something about weight loss, then you can say other things, and you can say at the end of that, you can say, and, it might help you lose weight too, if that's something you're looking to do. But focus on the health aspects, the energy, and then you must mention the business opportunity as well. And I think a lot of people get scared. They don't want to say anything about that, but I'm going to tell you, more people are interested. Here's the thing: people need money out there. They need extra money. They are laying awake at night, stressed out, worried. How are they going to pay for their kids' college? How are they going to make the bills? How are they ever going to retire? How are they ever going to have any extra money? That's what they're really stressed out about. Yeah, they'd like to lose some weight and get healthier, but the probably bigger thing for a lot of people is the money aspect. So you share with them that too, and you say, and by the way, there really is a real opportunity here to make extra money. You may not be interested in that at all. But, my friend, Taryn, she works a full-time job, and she's still able to bring in a good amount of money, and, as a single mom, and use her story, and I know she'll be happy for you to use it. And use anyone else's story. Sometimes I'll send a diamond documentary to people if I feel like they would really relate to that. But of course, I share my own story now too, mostly. In the beginning, I might have shared Laura's story. Now I have a pretty amazing story to tell with this significant life-changing income that we have. for my family. So that really isn't, people are like, wow, okay, especially when I hit Emerald. So I could share that. But if you're not there yet, but even if you can just say, if maybe you're a silver bringing in $400 to $500, maybe you're a gold bringing in $1,000 a month, that's significant. And if you share that, or your level 1 can share your story. You know what I mean? So your new level 1 that's just starting out, looking to go silver, they can share your story, and they can say, well, you can get your products paid for, you can make extra income. It's pretty awesome that with just 3 people on your team, an average silver with 3 people on their team and some customers too, make about $400 a month. So, and then you can say to them, to take kind of the pressure out of the situation, you can say, look, I know this, may not interest you at all, but if you know someone that it would interest, maybe someone in your family, maybe a friend that suffers from blood sugar issues, pain, whatever, you can list those things, needs more energy, has extreme fatigue. And that could get their mind kind of rolling too. And then just say, you always end with a question. That's something, can't remember who it was that taught me that. I think it was, I watched a training video not too long ago by Janelle. I'm not if I'm going to say her last name right, but I think it's Espleen. I don't know. She's in California. I can find that video for you, Taryn, so you can give it to everybody. But it's so good. It's like a coaching training video on how to talk to people about Plexus. But she said the thing that's key is you always end with a question. And you would, at the end, you would say, is this something that would interest you at all? Or you can also, I always say, can I send you a sample? That's how and that's what I recommend to everybody. When you reach out to people, can I send you a sample? What is your address? Nobody turns down a free sample. No one does. Hardly ever. Unless, I have had people just completely ignore my message, but I continue to message them. I will send them another message and say, hey, maybe you didn't see that message. You know what I mean? Don't give up, because people do get busy. It's not they're not on Facebook a lot or whatever it is. They're not reading their messages. So
when you send,
definitely end with that question.
Real quick, Erin, when you do send them a sample, I have those cards, that you stick the sample on or the stick on, and it has ingredients. What do you send them? Just when you
I send either a 3-day trial pack or a 7-day trial. I've been sending a lot of some 7-day trial packs too, but of course I can invest that now. I wouldn't necessarily have given away that kind of stuff in the beginning, but even just a stick of Slim is perfectly fine. I would suggest for your new ambassador that's just starting out, buy an extra bag of Slim, but they can also buy the 10 of the 3-day trial packs, and that gets them commission qualified right away. You'll have 100 PV right away once you buy the trial packs. Actually, you need to buy 15. 10 wouldn't get you there, but 15 would. So if you they sell them in groups of 10 or groups of 5 in your back office. If you buy 15 total, you would get commission qualified right away. It's just a little over 100 PV. But I also actually recommend selling them. You could maybe end your message and say, I have a sample if that's something that interests you. And then when they come back to you, you could sell it. You could say, well, these are, I can give it to you for $10, because normally on our website it's $11.95, $12. So I sell my 3-day samples where I used to. Now I give them way more than I sell, but I don't sell them anymore. I give them all away. But, I'm saying if you're just starting out, it may not be feasible or realistic for you to spend $100 and give away stuff. And some people don't appreciate it too when it's given to them versus if they bought it. They may be more likely to actually use the sample and be more respectful to it, actually take it and be mindful about how they're taking it if they bought it, right? So you can post on Facebook pictures of the 3-day samples and, say, hey guys, I just got these in. Who wants one? That's a good way to bring people out of the woodwork. So your new ambassador could easily do that. They would make all their money back. I have a whole formula, Taryn, that I've shown my team on how you would actually end up making a good amount of money. If you could get 5 customers, if you bought 15, let's say you bought 15 3-day packs, you sold all of them, but then only 5 of those people came back and bought, let's say they bought a combo of some kind. You know, either they bought Slim, Accelerator, Block, or the Triplex. You would actually, earn over 500 in PV your very first month, and you would make all your money back on your 15 trial packs plus some, because you paid less for it, so you're going to mark it up a little bit. And then you've also gotten those 5, let's say you got 5 customers from it. Or let's say you got to silver from it, and you had, maybe you got 2 of those were customers, but 3 of them were actually and signed up as ambassadors. You could make $175, because if they each bought the $99 welcome pack, you can get $25, and you're getting $100 for going silver. So if you have someone that's really going to go for it, I would highly recommend them do the trial packs right away, get themselves commission qualified right away, start selling them, advertise, put them on Facebook. I had this one girl, she did all these cute things. She would like hold it up, and all you could, like the little trial pack here, and take a selfie, and all you saw were her eyes. And she made that her profile picture on Facebook, and she just posted the heck out of those, like, and made little cute little bags and said, hey, I'm handing out these, I'm doing sample drop-offs, who's next? She just really worked it. And she did really well and got lots of ambassadors from that. Now, you're not going to get a lot of people. Some people are going to try it for 3 days and they're going to go, well, I didn't feel anything, or I didn't, whatever. I mean, yes, that does happen. But I would say I came into Plexus from a 3-day sample. So I'm a big believer. I signed up the 3rd day of trying Plexus and having that sample. So I know it works. I know it's effective, because I was the girl that wanted the deal. I wanted a discount. I had no interest in being a customer because that was more expensive. I'd already tried it. I already liked it. Why would I sign up? Why would I pay more money? And that's how you got to present it to people too. You're going to say, why would you pay more money? That just doesn't make sense. Sign up as an ambassador, get that wholesale discount. You're going to be ordering $100 or more. This is what you need to do for sure. That's, so I have a whole, like I said, I've got like a slide, kind of a breakdown of how much money you can make just by buying these 15 trial packs, and with the potential, if you actually get some customers and some ambassadors from it, it's actually significant, and you'll get all your money back from your welcome pack for sure. And then going silver on top of that.
I think those are great. And you know what? That reminds me, in the beginning, that's what I did a ton of, was I did the $10 thing for sample packs, and that gives a little bit.
2 for $20. That's another. I forgot to mention that.
Right.
You need to tell them it's 2 for $20, and more people are more likely to spend a $20 bill. Like, they don't think twice about a $20 bill over spending, like $100.
Right.
But they get to try it for a week almost, right, and they've spent $20. So definitely, you can't advertise that on Facebook. You can't say 2 for $20 on Facebook, but you can hold up the picture, do a selfie, say, I just got a bunch of these in, who wants one? And then when they message you about it privately, you're going to say, well, they're 2 for $20. I'm happy to stick this in the mail for you tomorrow. And you're not going to pay that much on postage. It's worth the investment, I promise. Because if you did this, it's a numbers game. Yeah, some of them, they're going to do nothing. But it's very, very effective. I love that. And my favorite 3-day sample is the Slim Accelerator. Of course, that doesn't work with everybody because they can't take Accelerator. But they actually will feel some energy from the Accelerator if that's something they can take. They will feel it more quickly and right away, and it could a lot of people feel like it puts them in a good mood. At least I feel that way. My husband loves Accelerator. He feels that way about it. Now, I've had some people not like it too, but right, more so people love Accelerator than they don't love it. I don't do Boost because I've had too many people have bad reactions and not like Boost. So I like Boost, but it definitely depends. It's very hit or miss.
I'm with you on that. I wanted to see, I know we've kind of obviously overrun our 30 minutes. It's 9:22. So I want to go maybe 10 more minutes. I want to go into one question, and y'all be thinking if you have any questions, maybe we could do, maybe 10, 15 minutes more. But one of the questions I know Vonda on my team was asking that I thought was great, and we haven't really touched on, was your biggest obstacle for growth and how you overcame that obstacle.
Okay, yeah, that's a hard one. Let's see. My biggest obstacle for growth. Well, myself. I mean, getting over yourself is your biggest obstacle, really. I got pretty lucky with a few really great level ones that just ran with it and are rocking with it. And I also attracted the right people. I do feel like a lot of that had to do with the way I talk about things and the way that I presented it and my enthusiasm, my passion about it, my persistence, my never giving up, that people were just still watching me. But there were some times when, especially during the back office, and that was getting me down, and spending way too much time on hold for my team, because I would call into the Jewel line every single day. I would spend probably 2 hours a day, at least. Sometimes it was 6 hours a day just with customer service. So thank God all that's gone, because now I hear that the wait times are like a minute. So it's amazing for everybody. And I had to get myself back to a growth mindset of, get back to the things that I know are positive daily activities that are income producing activities that inspire people, inspire and motivate your team. Because the thing, and this is someone shared with me, I guess a lot of people think they have to motivate their team, and that it's, you have to take this level one that you thought was this rock star, and then they're not doing what you thought they were going to do. And so now you've got it, it's all on your shoulders to motivate them. Well, you can't. And that you have to come to that realization that you can't motivate someone. But what you can do is inspire them. There's a big difference between motivating someone and inspiring someone. And I think I had to really learn that hard lesson. And I had to just let go, right? You have someone, if they don't have their hand up, then you're not going to help. Don't help them. Why are you helping them if their hand's not up? So, but you can still, they're going to watch you, and you can still inspire them to where they come back around, and then they want your help and they start asking for your help. But the only way someone's going to be inspired by you is if they see you doing those things. Like if they see that you're participating and you're reaching out and you're growing your own team. They see you adding level ones, and they see how your daily kind of your daily journal and posture on Facebook is. If it's usually very positive and it's the kind of post you're doing, you're consistently posting about Plexus too in your own life, they are watching you. So I guess, gosh, I don't know if I'm even answering this really, but I guess that was my biggest obstacle, was just try to get over not focusing so much about what I was doing wrong or what I wasn't doing for these certain people, but focus on what I know my strengths are and work on that, and just go with that, and then reach out to those runners. If it's only one person, then you pour into them, and then you'll grow. I mean, that's just, it's ultimately that it's just going to happen, because that person's going to continue to share. You're going to continue to get level ones because you're continuing to be positive and enthusiastic. And then before you know it, bam, you've found a group of 3 or 4, and it only takes a few. I mean, I have a team of, nearly getting up to 1,700 right now, over.
How many of those are level ones? I'm curious.
Oh, and I was going to say, my level ones are about 60. And out of those 60, only 39 have backup orders on and consistently get backup, get product, 100 PV. About 39 every month get 100 PV. Out of those 39, only about 17, 18 are actually what I call working the business, right? They're consistently posting, they're consistently sharing, they show up to things, they're participating, they have their hand up. Out of those 18, only about 2 or 3 really built my whole team. So it's just, that's the way it is. Right now I've got Barry, who's almost emerald. Hopefully, I really hope it happens this month that she'll be emerald. And then I've got Carrie, my level 1 Carrie Shoemate, who is Ruby. And hopefully she'll be senior Ruby soon. And then another level 1 that just went Ruby last month. That's my kid's pediatrician. And then I've got several golds and senior golds.
Okay.
But, I don't even have a jewel under me, and I'm a sapphire. So, I always thought you had to have a bunch of jewels under you or something. And there's, even I could get to diamond and still not have any jewels under me.
Right.
So it's just because I have quite a few level 1s that have built strong teams,
Right.
So
let me see. No, that's great. I know you guys have been a great duo, for building your business together. So I think that's
power partnered up. Yeah. She was always my strongest leg and runner, but my outside legs now are more than my primary legs. So that's kind of where you want to be. You want to have your outside legs built up to where you're not just depending on that one primary leg. So luckily I have in a position now where I've got a lot of good, strong level 1s.
Right. Let's see if we get maybe like 2 questions. I'm sorry, we're kind of running low on time. I don't want to be respectful because I know we've been on here for a while. So does anybody have a question, and I'll unmute you, or you can unmute yourself, I guess. Anybody out there? Let's see. Let's see. Does anybody have anything? I don't know. I'm not seeing anyone. No one's chatting with me. I'm trying to look back and
Don't be scared. Come on now.
Casey, you had asked, where's Casey at? Is Casey still on the call? I'm not sure if she's still out there.
I'm still here.
Okay, there we go. There you are. You had put something on the page. You were talking about duplication. I think we kind of went over some of that, right? And you said how to talk to, Casey's fairly new, but she's running with it. She's doing great. And you talked about how to talk to and convince people of Plexus. That's one of your things you're trying to teach your level 1s. Is that right? I don't know. Maybe you can explain.
I think everybody wants to know that. What's the magic? What is it, Casey?
My level 1s, they just need some help. They're brand new. They don't really know how to talk to people, and I'm still kind of new, so I don't really know how to coach them. So from a leader standpoint, how do I help them help themselves? Yeah,
that's a good question. And it's a hard, that is the ultimate thing. Everybody wants to know, what do I say that's going to, all of a sudden these people are going to go, yeah, I want to buy Plexus. I want to join your team. And I'm going to, we all want, what is it? What is that thing? And I'll say, it's not any one thing. That's the hard thing. It's just not. It's not any one thing. It is enthusiasm will get you further than knowing what exactly to say. Does that make sense? Like your attitude and the way you present it is everything. It's not what you're presenting, it's how you are presenting it. So like if someone came to me and said, what's Plexus, right? And I'm interested, tell me more about it. The first thing I would do is start a conversation, a natural conversation. I don't want to just spew Plexus. I made that mistake in the beginning. I sent this one girl like a 23-page document on all the products. Like that was a rookie mistake. And I remember her responding back. She goes, I am not going to read all that. Like, what are you talking about? What crazy? No, I'm not going to read all that. So I had to, what's the nuts and bolts? What's the stuff they want to know? Okay, everybody wants to know, does it work? What does it taste like if they haven't tasted it yet? And what does it cost? That's it. That's what everybody wants to know. And a few are the research, science-y type or whatever, and they want to have all the 23-page documents. They want to talk to a dietitian and a doctor, and they want to show the ingredients to 5 doctors. And that wasn't me. I was like, all right, take it. Boop. I don't know what was in it. I just took it. I trusted my friend. I said, okay, she said it's good, I'll take it. But you want to have, and you just want to say, you can say to them, look, I love it because of X, Y, and Z. What are you looking to do? So you start the conversation with a question. You want to know what they're looking to do. So what are you interested in? Is it what was it about what I posted or what I said or what you saw about Plexus that interested you the most? So then you find out what their deal is, right? So let's say it's weight loss. So you're going to come back to them and say, great, okay, well, if you don't have a weight loss story yet, you're going to find some weight loss stories to share with them. Maybe it's your friend, so-and-so, it's your upline, whoever it is, you're going to find some weight loss stories for them to share. And you're going to say, well, it has worked really well for these people. And it is very affordable. You always try to head off objections before they have a chance to tell you. So before they can tell you it's expensive, you need to tell them it's cheap. You need to tell them it's affordable. So that should be very early on in what you're explaining to them. Say, girl, it is so affordable. I mean, we have a combination of products that only cost anywhere from $3 to $5 a day. Think of what a Starbucks costs. Do you know how much a Diet Coke and a candy bar, a Diet Coke and a granola bar, fast food? When have you spent $5 to $8 a day and not even thought twice about it? This is actually something that's going to be good for you, and you're investing in something that's going to actually work and it's good for you. And it's going to get you off all that other stuff. So you're going to save money. It's a no-brainer. And then you're going to say, you can actually make your money back if that's something you're interested in. You can get your products paid for. So you're heading off the objection before they even have a chance to say something's wrong, as far as cost goes. And then you can say things like, yeah, it's really safe. It's natural, because that could be another objection that they have. They want to know, is it safe? You can say it's safe, it's natural. There are dietitians and nutritionists and doctors and health professionals that support and promote these products. And you can go and show them. I like to show them Jennifer Pickett's videos. Like, she has a video called What is Plexus? I love to show that to people because it's short. And she's a dietitian with a master's in human nutrition. So she knows what she's talking about, right? And I'll show them maybe her video on Slim if they have more questions about the Slim, the pink drink. And then I just kind of let them come back to me, and we just have a conversation back and forth. And I would flat out ask people, is there a reason why you wouldn't order today? Usually they say cost is a factor, or that's a lot of times is an excuse. The cost is an excuse. And then I would just say, well, if I could show you how to get your products paid for, would you do that? Easily you could get your products paid for with just 3 people. If you had 3 friends that wanted to try it with you, you could actually make $175. Boom. Because if you go silver, $100, but if everybody gets a $99 welcome pack, that's $25 each. So, you just think of the objections people are going to say, and you try to come up with your own rebuttal before they even have a chance to say anything about that. And never give your website. This is a big tip. Never give your website on your post or in the first message. You need to wait, because they're going to get confused. They're going to go on there and not know what they're looking at. They really are not. You need to guide them more. You need to wait till they kind of get some more information from you, I have something saved on my phone, and Taryn, I can send you what I have, but it is just a short little, I can plug it in. I can plug in a person's name. I can just plug in, with some details.
Yeah, that's great.
And I send it I have that saved in the notes section of my phone.
Yes, I do.
So I give it to all my level ones. I give it to my team, and I say, save this in your phone. So when someone asks you about Plexus, you can be ready, Johnny on the spot, to send something, copy, paste it into a message.
Okay.
And it has like just some basics about what Plexus is. It goes over cost. It goes over
the different ways to buy.
And it gives some videos from Jennifer Pickett and explains like how to purchase preferred, how to purchase as an ambassador.
Yeah, that would be awesome if you don't mind sharing. That'd be great.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it definitely has all the stuff in it. But that also may not be, depends on the situation. That may not be your first communication you have. You may want to start off just real simple. What are you looking to do?
And I think, from a sales, I do have the sales background, None of us are salespeople, but some of us are. But that's, I think, the most important thing with ambassadors or with your customers is really quantify, what are you trying to do with ambassadors? And I just wrote down, there's a Victor Antonio video that we saw at convention. Maybe it was leaders
or the triangle over the head.
Yes. And so I'm going to pull that up for my team, and I'll post that again.
That was good.
Because I think that was good information, because it talked about like, is it a health concern? Are you wanting to make money? And he had different words for it, but I'm going to repost that for you guys too. But I really think asking questions is the first and, best thing that you can do with both your customers and your newest ambassadors to better understand where you can pinpoint how to answer their questions or, how to answer them.
What's their objection? Basically, you need to find out what their objection is, because that's what you have to help them get past that so that they make that purchase, so that they will sign up as an ambassador. There's something holding them back. And is it because they went and Googled Plexus and read some stupid article? I've had that happen. The Betty site. I don't know if y'all don't.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Don't even go there. Whatever. They're just ridiculous. And there's no proof to anything that these people are saying on the internet. I'm like, don't do your research by Googling it. Okay. And so I want to find out. I would tell you 9 times out of 10, though, I feel like it's cost for a lot of people. Does it worth it? It's not that they don't have the money. You know what I mean? Like, they have the money, but do they really feel like it's valuable enough? Is it worth it to do it? And then you can say, look, if you really have a problem with not knowing if it's going to work, then just do the customer option and get your 60-day money back guarantee. It doesn't hurt my commission. You can get all your money back, and I'll help you do it. It's not a problem, but if you know that they're a sucker for a good deal, which that was me. I was more about, hey, I got to get the cheapest way. I really don't care. I'm not worried about getting my money back. I just want to get it cheaper. Then I did the ambassador option, and I knew I had a few friends that I could share with this, and I knew that they would want to buy it. I just knew that from the get-go, because if I liked it, why wouldn't they like it? I knew they would. I knew we'd have a few. Right. So you can, take that approach, but it's always figuring out what the issue is that's keeping them. And then you have to follow up, y'all. It takes a good 8-10 times to follow up with people. Don't expect they're not going to just go, woohoo, I'm going to buy it right now. The first time. That doesn't happen. It's rare. It does sometimes happen, but it's very rare. The most of the time you have to continue to follow up. I had this woman that was one of my neighbors down the street, and she was seeing my Plexus stuff. She, of course, asked me, what is Plexus thing in a Facebook message? I'm going back and forth. It took 7 messages over a month before she purchased. And I had to be persistent. That's the other thing about being persistent. I had to be persistent because she wasn't getting back to me. And I'm like, days were going by, and I had to send her a message to say, hey, did you get that last message? I'm just checking in on you again. See if you have any more questions. Did the website not work? I'll find up some excuse to follow up. I'll go, hey, I heard we had some issues with our website yesterday. Maybe you had a problem logging on. And, just a reason to, so I don't seem like a crazy stalker person. Or I'll make a joke about that. I'll say, hey, I'm your crazy stalker lady. Following up with you again, just checking in again. And then the last message I sent, so she had told me she was going to buy, and 2 days go by, the weekend came and went, and she didn't. So I just, again, on Monday, I said, hey, I'm just checking in. I see you didn't place the order, but sometimes orders don't get assigned to the right ambassador. That happens. And I just want to make sure you didn't go in and order and then it didn't actually I didn't get credit for it. I would hate for that to happen. Or make sure you just didn't have any problems. Anyways, I'm just giving you
That's
my kind of like,
I kind of like that sly, I would hate for that order to go to the wrong person. I like that. Yes. So these are good tactics.
Hey, it could happen. That is a real possibility. So,
yes.
I don't let up. I do not let up with anyone. Just a girl, I just signed a level 1 a few days ago. And I mean, y'all, I have been working on her for months, and then, she'll order and then she won't order again. And she was a customer. She was retail. Then I convinced her to do preferred finally. Then she canceled her order. Then I kept sending her messages, and, she wouldn't respond, but then she would say, oh yeah, no, we really did like it, but I don't know, she'd come up with something. And then I finally invited her to a Facebook party, online event I did maybe it was a week ago or so. She came on that and she read all this, and that did it for her. She signed up. She signed up like the next day after that. So you never know.
I think yes, persistence definitely helps. And I think, having that follow-up system and keeping yourself organized, I'm sure it sounds like you're very, very.
You have to have a list. I mean, you have to have an ongoing list. It can just be on, here, a pen and a book, and you just get that, just have an ongoing list of people that you're consistently touching base with, following up with, reaching out to, and never stop following up. Because I had a girl that I gave samples to. We talked about it. She even made a Facebook post to kind of test out to see what her friends would think before she signed up. And then a couple of days later, she went cold, and she's like, oh no, I don't want to do it. I just decided I don't want to do it anymore. Well, a year later, I see her posting again about she's now become an ambassador. She joined someone else's team, and I made the mistake of not following up with her. When she told me no, she wasn't interested anymore, I should have kept her on my list. Now, I may not have checked in with her every week, but I should have checked in with her every couple of months just to say, hey girl, you're still on my list. I still would love to have you on my team. I would still love for you to do this. It would be just amazing for you. It was the right time for her. A year later, she was going through even more, like some big financial issues and troubles that she wasn't necessarily going through at the time when I was talking to her. But if I had been persistent, maybe she would have signed up with me instead of this. Who knows? I'm not saying that would have happened, but I was a lesson learned on my part that I should never have given up. I mean, I'm usually pretty good about being persistent, but with her, I just decided I'm gonna leave her alone. And I just kind of went on my way. But anyway, and also you better start sharing immediately. I'm going to tell y'all a story about one of my very best friends who is a gold ambassador.
Okay. And then we got to go because it's 9:45, my friend.
Oh, okay.
Keep going, but I want you to tell your story and then we're going to go.
Okay. Well, I just need to tell y'all this really quick. It's a good story. So she is one of my best friends. She's a gold ambassador on another team. Well, I started Plexus. I sent out an email to all my friends immediately saying I was doing Plexus and I would love for them to try it out with me. I'd only been doing it a few days at that time. And she responded back and said, oh, I just signed up 2 weeks ago as an ambassador from one of her sorority friends or whatever. And I'm like, well, why didn't you tell me that you were doing this? She goes, well, I didn't really think about it. I was just going to try it. I didn't want to tell anybody. I was just going to try it for a while. And y'all, if I had signed up under her, which I would have, I mean, duh, I would have signed up under her. Not that, I mean, I love Laura and I'm glad it worked out. It was meant to be the way it worked out. But Laura and I weren't really friends necessarily. You know what I mean? I just signed up to her because I didn't know anyone else doing Plexus. So if I had known Toby was doing Plexus, I would have signed up under her. She'd been making $100,000 a year right now. You know what I mean? Because she would have a Sapphire Ambassador under her, and she would have, she would probably put even a little bit more effort into the business than maybe she has over the last couple of years. But anyways, that's just my lesson to everybody. I tell everybody, share.
Yes, totally.
Better share, because your friends are going to buy it from someone.
Right. And I've had the same thing happen where ambassadors have joined later they've joined later as ambassadors. I'm like, man, they would have been great on my team. So anyway, I know that it's gotten late. Sorry, y'all. It's 9:47 now, and I said 30 minutes, so that is way over 30 minutes. But I see this is Erin. She's enthusiastic about her Plexus. So
we love it. So I'll edit down this recording for you. I can help you with that and show you how to edit it down if you want.
Yes, I would love it. And I wrote some notes on some things I'm going to get with you, on privately, and like some script stuff that you were talking about and all that. So I'll follow up with anybody on this call about that as well. So thank you so much for your time and for your tips and all your information. And if y'all have questions to follow up, I'm sure that, Erin wouldn't mind. We can kind of chat about that and I can get it back.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no problem.
So thank you everyone that was on the call tonight, and I'm going to let y'all go so you can get to bed.
All right.
Thanks,
good night, everybody.
Good night.